welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a product that is all over the internet, all over YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everything. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Now, this is a $5.99 foundation. Wet n Wild is a cruelty-free brand, so I feel like that is one reason why they are getting a lot of hype on this product besides the way that it wears. I do have the lightest shade. This is in Nude Ivory. There is 6 or 7 shades in the whole entire line. The main problem with drugstore foundations, powders, bronzers, things like that, they don't have a very wide range of products. One reason I cannot wear Milani is their lightest shade is about the shade of my roommate, and she is tan. And so a lot of people who are very pale or very, very dark have a very hard time shopping with drugstore brands unless it's like L'Oreal, Maybelline, places like that, because they have definitely expanded their brands and their line. But places like Wet n Wild, Milani, CoverGirl, Hard Candy, they don't have a ton of variety when it comes to different types of shades. So getting into the actual product, this is what it looks like. You twist the cap open. I don't like the cap at all. I don't like when caps have to kind of like align to be completely shut. And when you open it, this is what everybody talks about. You have an actual spatula. So you place the product on like that. Now, I have pros and cons on the spatula. For me, I like it because I will just pick it up, do stripes on my face, use both sides, and that is enough product for me to use my whole entire face. Now, the problem with this is if you are using it on other people, on clients, or things like that, it doesn't have a pump, so that can be a problem. If you're using it on clients, you can't just use the spatula on their face because that is unhygienic, because when you put the spatula back into the bottle, it has all those germs on it. Some people may say using it on my own skin is unhygienic, which it probably is, but since it is my own skin, I'm not as worried about it. And since it is so much easier than wiping it on the back of my hand, getting a beauty blender and going in with it, I feel like that just wastes a little bit too much product. But a lot of people do and do not like the spatula, and I can understand why. It can be very unhygienic if you are using it on multiple people. A lot of people either like to just dump it out on their hand, which you can do if you take the spatula out. You can just pat this on your hand. I definitely prefer a pump over anything, though with pumps it is hard to get the kind of last of your product. It is better than a spatula. Some people like to have the doe foot applicators like the concealers does. I know the Clinique 2-in-1 foundation concealer has a doe foot applicator. Some people prefer that. I personally don't see a huge problem with this. It's not my favorite in the whole entire world, but for $5.99 you're getting a great product. Now for the pros and cons of this product. As y'all know, I have very dry, acne prone, sensitive as hell skin. So the fact that I like a drugstore product is pretty gosh darn good for me. The only drugstore foundations I can wear that don't irritate my skin are L'Oreal Infallible and the Maybelline Fit Me. Even though the Milani has great coverage, it breaks my skin out like crazy. I mean, my skin hates that foundation besides the fact that it is not my shade. But for this Wet n Wild foundation, you get a ton of coverage. I put no color corrector on, no concealer. I just have the foundation on and my primer underneath. And y'all know that I do have my acne and redness and all those bumps stick out very often. And even though, of course, it's not going to give me a complete clean face, no foundation is going to do that, it gets pretty gosh darn close. It gives an amazing, amazing payout. Now, I find that when I use it with a brush, it kind of sticks to my dry skin a little bit more, but that's not a very big issue because if I just go in and set it with powder, which I always do, it goes away. So I can use it with a brush or with a beauty blender with no issues at all. I just personally prefer a beauty blender. I find using a beauty blender with foundations is a lot quicker unless they are a thicker foundation, and then I feel like you do need to use a brush. If I am using a brush, I will go in with my Wet n Wild foundation brush, put a few drops of oil in there to kind of give the foundation a little bit of moisture, and then I apply it on my skin. It applies the exact same way on both sides. I personally just prefer the beauty blender because it goes on faster, it picks up any extra product that I put on, and I find that when I go in with the beauty blender, I can kind of do one and done. When I go in with the brush, I have to add on a few more layers and a few certain spots, and even when I'm using a brush, I touch up with a beauty sponge anyway. So I just prefer the beauty blender. It lasts all day long, guys. I'm telling you, this stuff I feel like is the next waterproof makeup. It was pouring rain all weekend here in San Marcos, and I was outside and it got on my face. And when it's raining or you're sweating or things like that, you can see where your makeup is starting to come up, especially whenever I sweat. I can see it on my forehead. On my forehead, I can kind of see where the spots and different dots are where the foundation is coming up. On my chin, it'll completely just come off and I'll have white spots where my actual face is and where the foundation has left. And I think that this stuff is like budge proof, waterproof. I've gone to bed with it on and I woke up and it was in the exact same place. It's not completely sweat proof, but I mean, it sticks up pretty well through my workouts. Obviously, if I wipe it with my hand, it's going to come off. That's because the sweat and the perspiration, all that is actually taking the foundation off of my face, but I find that it is very water resistant. Obviously, when you get in the shower, it's going to come off, but if I stand there and I don't actually wash my face and I get out, it is still on. So it is a very long lasting foundation. I can go throughout the day without having to touch up any spots. There's no cracking. It doesn't stick to my dry skin, which is an amazing pro for me, because if a foundation, no matter how expensive it is, sticks to my dry spots, I cannot use it. I feel like you are getting a very high-end quality for a very drugstore price. I compare it to the Smashbox 15-hour photo finish, and I find that it even has more coverage than the Smashbox one does, which is crazy to me. It's not runny at all, like y'all saw me swatch it on here. It hasn't run, it sticks in place. It's pretty much my shade. Even if it's a little bit too dark, I can fix it down. I still do get oily in my T-zone, my chin, and those types of areas, but that's not a big deal to me. I've kind of gotten over that, and I just go and set it down with more powder. I find that I haven't had any problems with contouring, highlights, setting my face with any powder. Put it down, and then I'll go down and put powder on, and no matter how much I put on, it's still very sticky. It sets very easily. It lasts all day long, and I think this product is a complete stud of a product. It's definitely worth your money. It is bake friendly. It is cruelty free, like I said, which is a big thing for a lot of people right now, is going for cruelty free products that don't test on any animals. I think you can find it in any drugstore except for Ulta. I know Ulta has started carrying e.l.f. online, so maybe eventually they will start selling Wet n Wild, because they are definitely stepping up their game. So I definitely suggest this product to anybody who is on a budget, or even if you're not on a budget. It is definitely very recommended for the price. The only problem that I have with this product is, like I said, is the cap. I don't like the fact that you have to align it to completely close it, but that is just personal preference and my OCD that kicks in at the end of the day. That is nothing really wrong with the product. Other than that, I have found nothing with the product. I've worn it for a week. I've tried different methods. I've been in every single weather type with it, and I've found absolutely no problem. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you would like me to try out more Wet n Wild products, please comment down below on what products I should try, what products I shouldn't try, or any drugstore products in general that you would like me to test out. Remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss when I upload, and turn on the notification bell so you're the first one here whenever I upload. As some of you may know, I am hosting a giveaway whenever I hit 2,000 subscribers. We are so close yet so far, about 1/4 of the way there. So make sure you are sharing this channel and this video with your friends. Who knows, this video may help out somebody that you know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.